Goodness, that could have been bad. I started talking, but I remembered quickly to unmute myself. Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Hi, everybody in chat. Hey, Heidi. Hey, Kate. Hey, Amy. Elizabeth. Julie. Make it make sense. Who else is in here? Hey, Cooch. Hey, Nurse Jen. Kelly, how are you? Hey, Natalie. Anastasia. Hey, TL. What's up? Hey, Barbie. Hey, Chantal. Harmony, what are you doing? Hello, quiet bitch. Hi, ambulance girl. Stephanie. Let's see who else. I think that's it. How are y'all doing? Hey, everybody in the bushes, how are y'all? I really have to start off by saying, Siwa, you really need to settle down. Like, you need to settle down. Like, where was the hysteria the other night? And let me just also start. I'm going to go ahead and do you a favor. And I'm not reading your, FOIA court documents. I'm not reading anything that is not straight from Google. I'm not doing anything like that. So I'll just start with that. That's not what I'm doing. Hopefully, like I said, I'm just going to try to explain. You always try to villainize me, and Brooke just had to get her hands on those documents. Well, I just want to explain why. Okay. And I also want to go ahead and talk about a few things that you've done and lied about just in your last stream that are false, and we'll get there. But yeah, the other night, where was the hysteria when you were dredging up reports from John and Cody's past on your live? Just sitting there going through, you want picking apart, as you so put it. You were sitting, you literally did that for hours. So much so that I woke up once again, thanks to you, to John in a really bad place. I didn't even know how bad of a place he was in till last night before I went to bed. That's when I had went into that live. I'm not sure how long after he started it, but I didn't see all the beginning when it was just him and Christy until last night. And you should be ashamed of yourself. Literally, you're this big advocate for mental health and for children and all these things, but yet your actions do not do not reflect advocacy whatsoever. They reflect relentless. Everything that you just said about me and that what I was planning to do on this stream is what you do every day to people. Okay, I need you to stop for a minute, and maybe, just maybe, things could be resolved if you'll understand your contribution to this bullshit. Everything that you call other people out for is exactly what you do. Okay, let's start there. Sorry, I hate that I have to, when I'm on my hours, I have to look elsewhere than my screen. I need to get a screen like that's in front of me, like on a thingy. And I also want to, before this live stream's over, is to address some other problematic YouTubers, and we'll get to them. So everybody in the chat that knows what I'm talking about, direct me if I get too long on this one, because I could talk about all this all night long, because you're gonna sit there and cry and whine and all this stuff, and you have no ability to think, well, oh shit, I literally just picked apart old stuff, opened up old wounds, stuff that had been, you yourself were saying how old these posts were and how long ago it was, and telling all these people that weren't around then and quite frankly didn't need to know, but you're telling all these new viewers all this new tea that's old tea at the expense of John and Cody. It's the same thing. It is the same thing. So if I wanted to read those documents, what's the difference in what you did the other night? You were reading documents that were requested from the courts or the police department that were posted on that page. You were reading that. So I'm just not sure why you have the audacity to get on a stream tonight and call me a monster for something you literally just did days ago. That's really hypocritical. Wait, what's this? Mods, y'all please be diligent in the chat, as I know all of you are, because I'm sure there's going to be some trolly trolls. But so I just don't understand. So that's why the title of this stream is "What's good for the goose is good for the gander," girl. I mean, what's the big problem? You don't mind, and you're going to sit there. I never made fun of Brooke's this. I never did this to Brooke. I'm going to go over this time and time again, as many times as you're going to sit over there and really claim that. By now, everybody knows what you've done. But since you want to continue to believe in your narcissistic head that you've never done anything to me, even though you brought it up in this stream, how you sat there and taunted me for like 2 months or so about I'm going to play it, and you described what you, of course, what's new, elaborated very deeply on the contents. And if you guys aren't members on this channel, you can find that live that I did when I played it myself on my members only tab. So, hey, Reality Bites. Sorry, I'm reading now. Trigger finger. Okay, sorry. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, I don't know why you think that's okay for you to oh, thank you so much, Natalie. Thank you for that. Of course I'm going to defend and protect them, him and Cody, because bitch, it's no different. Thank you so much for that, Natalie. I really appreciate that. So I just want to know why we're having this discrepancy on moral grounds here. Is it because you think that I'm a nurse that I should be held to a higher standard of how I should believe or think or feel when I see somebody sitting on a YouTube channel, viciously lying to their subs and using other people's names to do it, bringing up old stuff that's happened in the past that you followed back then. You seem to know, you're a very good historian. Like your grandmother was the Elvis Presley fan club president. You might need to think about you getting like an actual, not Reddit, but like an actual national John Yates fan club going on for you to be the president of, because you'd make a great one, because you're clearly obsessed. You followed every bit of this, and you knew how it affected him then, but it's no big deal. You wanted to do story time and tell it all over again. You want to tell all your viewers and subs my private business. And yes, you did make fun of me about it. Yes, you did. Every chance you got, every stream you did, which only heightened my disdain for you. Sorry. So don't go sit over there crying, because you need to do some self-reflection. Wipe your tears and go look in the mirror and reflect on the things you've done to others. You're going to sit over there and be like, and Brooke just had to get her hands on it. I did it. I'll tell you why. It's because there are so many documents out there that are Googleable, Siwa, that, and I'm not the one that started all this. Until you can recall and remember and own the fact that you are the one that brought this out. All anybody knew was that your name was an appeal document. Like you've said 1,000 times, those appeal documents don't say anything about anything else. The only way, and you said the other documents are sealed. So the only way anybody would know about any of this is from you. You told this story. And I don't understand. You've told everything about it. You have went into great detail about what happened to you. And I'm not here to victim shame you. I hate that that happened to you. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not saying that. But there are discrepancies in what you're saying. And the fact that it's like 911 emergency. If somebody's going to read these, what's in the documents? I think that you might have just tweaked a little bit of the story to make something look a little worse or something. Or perhaps is it the fact that you just admitted on your own stream that you basically perjured yourself? Like I'm going to, I just want to show everybody why I had a piqued interest in this. Yes, I didn't like you. Yes, I wanted to bust you for lying, because I feel like you lie more than you tell the truth, like a lot more. And I think slowly but surely everybody else is starting to see that. And it does take a while, because people do get tripped up on their lies. I mean, and it's happened to you a lot. So you posted this under the appeal document that was on Reddit. I'm going to tell you again, nobody knew what any of that meant, probably. And even if people would have spawned them digging, all it would have brought their conclusion to would have been the stuff that I've found on Google myself. So, I mean, what's the big deal? What is your, primal fear of somebody reading these? You have told everybody the story. And I'm not trying to shame you for that. What I'm only trying to shame anybody for is lying and scamming and manipulating people for money. That's all. So before you get over there, I've never done this to Brooke. Girl, you've done it and then some. I've not done anything to you, considering calling my job and telling them I neglect my patients because I'm harassing people online. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what kind of reaction do you expect normal people to get when they find out people like you are trying to mess with a job that they have? What what Considering what happened, I thought I was pretty calm. But to clear up a couple of your lies that I heard you just say, number one, I did not send any pinata text about Amanda beating Amanda pinata. I've never even heard that this was in existence or in the atmosphere until you said something on your live. Lie number one. Lie number two, I did not send a pic of Jules to Heidi of any way, shape, or form. I did not. And as far as the putting money on anybody's JPay books, that is also a lie. No money was ever put on any books for that individual. Yeah, whoever said that's right, you haven't missed much. I'm just getting into this. So just so we understand why I feel like I'm able to cover this, is because A, you've put it out here on a public platform. It is within YouTube's TOS to be able to talk about things that are in the news, which they are on Google. This has been now, I mean, like I said a minute ago, like, whoa, like, do you realize what you just said on your last live? Like, forget anything else I was going to say. Let's talk about the fact that you just said that you had to be presented in a different way that you were under oath by the DA so that they could get a conviction. Because if they would have told the truth, it would have provided reasonable doubt based on intention or motive, right? That's probably one of the most astounding things I've ever heard come out of your mouth. So I'm going to say this again. So did you just go on the record yourself via public social media, public platform, on the record, all counts, and say that you perjured yourself under oath and pretended to be? Because that's going to be a big problem. And I mean, I'm not going to do anything about it. But I mean, you just, in the, like, that's crazy to say a DA misrepresented your role to both the defense, a judge, and a jury. Hey, Savannah. Sorry. Y'all, I'll just want to remind everybody that I'm sorry that sometimes I'm really crappy at looking at the chat. I know I keep saying that because I do feel a tremendous amount of guilt when I look down and I see, but I guess I've got to look forward and focus to think about what I need to say to make sure I'm making it make sense. Because I don't want anybody to get anything twisted. Like, there's nothing that I think that I should be getting in trouble for. I am simply doing, like I said, you went and you read documents. You just read all kinds of old stuff, and I woke up, and again, this man was so upset. And then you went on all day and you were in just the happiest mood ever. Just because you were quick to the draw the other night when John threatened to get somebody. We need help finding you. We do. We do need help finding you. You have defamed my character. You have defamed everybody. You've lied. You don't ever tell the full truth. All you say is what a vile, wretched person I am and what I did, but never are we going to talk about. We'll drop it in here, here and there, and you'll admit it. But when you're doing these, ad nauseum recaps of the whole situation, you always forget to put what you do in there. Or do you forget? So I don't know if what you did tonight was a good idea, because I'm not sure if, and maybe that was the truth. Maybe that was the big secret. Maybe the big secret was that those documents aren't true and that everything was misrepresented in that case. In which case, I don't even know what to do with that information. What a bunch of that's a lot of pressure on somebody once they say that you perjured yourself under oath. Do you understand that you yourself just made a way for him to win an appeal? Because you just said that the district attorney lied. And how is that possible when that document was admitted as evidence that said what it said about what happened on August, in the whatever date of August? Like, how was this a secret, and how was this able to be a misleading thing to the jury and to the process? I mean, the defense and the judge. How was that whenever this document that you talk about was admitted in as evidence? So how did that? So maybe you didn't perjure yourself. I'm just trying to make sense of it, and I think it's only fair, since you've villainized so many people over this. You've made everybody look like a piece of shit for questioning things that don't make sense. Like, and you want to keep saying, you do not work in legal or the legal field. Yes, I do. I do. It's not in criminal law, but I work in civil law and matters of malpractice. I know more than you do about the legal field and how things work in court cases, litigation. Um, Although it's not criminal law, like I said, I'm like I said, I'm a little bit more versed in it than you. So let's get that straight. Um, so yeah, I mean, you Cole freak out anytime you think somebody's going to read this stuff. It's none of our business to why you're right. I just think that if you're lying to your subs and everybody, you owe it to them to make sure and tell them, because this isn't normal. Like, you've told everything, everything about this story. I'm just, and I'm only going to mention this once, but I just want you to know, and I want everybody to know, that you've made believe I'm a monster. The reason that I always had questions, and the reason that Phil got those documents, because he did too. I've had these documents, and what floored me is, like, here I am believing all this time that people on your side that was, thinking I was a horrible individual or human being. I was under the impression that everybody knew about this. I was under the impression that everybody had common knowledge of these Googleable articles. And I showed them to a couple of them a few days back, and they were floored. I was like, wait a minute. As a matter of fact, I don't think anybody that I know or talk to right now had ever seen this. And I was floored. You know what I mean? What are y'all talking about? Oh, look who it is. Hello, Phil. Would you like to come up and talk? Or are you too much of a? I wish they had a VJ emoji. Come on, Philly, Phil. Why you can only talk stuff behind your diary? Why you and Siwa got twin diaries? If I'm not afraid to talk to you, why are you afraid to talk to me? Exactly, ambulance girl. It's redundant. Oh, and D, she tried to throw you under the bus too. At the end of her little stream, she was like, and Dee's already told me how fed up with Brooke she is, or something like that. Whoever's in the chat that can repeat kind of what she said. There we go. A taco. That's a great emoji for Phil. We need to make a no taco emoji for my members only so that we can put that in there when he decides to come drop in and lay a big Fritz turd in my chat. I mean, because at this point, Phil is against just everybody in the community. He's like trying to be, is a good, am I well versed enough? No, because that's going to be, he thinks, this is what he thinks. He thinks if this was like, I don't know. I don't have enough skills to do Marvel movie references. So I'm just going to stop. But he just thinks he's like Thanos or something, and that he's going to get every Infinity Stone of this YouTube community, and he's going to put it in his fucking. He probably. Never mind. I'm not even going to spill that joke out because half of you get it, half of you won't. But oh, Siwa did. Siwa did. So basically, Siwa, like, chill out. I just have some questions. I want to show everybody why I had questions from the beginning. I'm not trying to shame you. I'm not trying to do anything. And perhaps you've got to understand that this is a mirror image of what you did the other night and what you've been doing to me by threatening. And I don't understand you might, by repeating and regurgitating the contents of that 911 call so many times. I mean, it was basically like you played it. In fact, your version was way more entertaining than the actual recording. So bravo. So I just want to share with the class the reason that you always want to show those messages to Phil that, oh my God, she's lying, bullshit, all those things that you say, and she's a nurse saying this. I'll show you why I was saying it. I wasn't saying it just because I think you're a profound liar, which I do. I definitely do. I think you have a problem with telling the truth. I think you're one of the, like, I bet you a lot of people have not met anybody like this in their life. But I think I've known one person a long time ago that you couldn't get the truth out of them. It didn't matter if the truth was going to make them look like, an angel, the truth still would never come out. And I feel like that maybe you have a really big problem with being in a make-believe Siwa land. I just think that's the issue. And now that you've got people following you and paying money and cash apping you and whatnot and diversifying it to your PayPal, so you don't get too much on one, cute. Um, Oh, since she was 2. I would love to know somebody that knew her in real life and not to harass her or shame her or put her in danger because that's her classic lines. Like, I feel like I need some merch that says all this stuff because it's just so redundant. Nobody's trying to put you in danger. We're just literally trying to follow the lies you tell on the internet. That's all. Nobody wants to hurt you, harm you, or anything. At very minimum, I do want to sue you for defamation. And once I find out your location so that you're able to be served, I will do so. Until then, I'm just going to call you out for things that I don't understand that are discrepancies. Now, let's get to it. Okay. This is one of the reasons that I really did not understand the story. So, I know you tried to damage control all of this before in your live stream, which is fine. And as you can see, these are documents and oops, I meant to put a thing over that. So let me take that down. I did try to redact everybody's name that was in these documents because I'm not trying to do anything, but these are Googleable. I did not do anything illegal, unlike you, Siwa, who was in possession of a FOIA request to harass me. Okay, so let's put things into perspective here. What that document says is, so it says a letter allegedly written by a murder defendant containing a plan to help him beat the charge was admitted into evidence in the 39nd District Court Monday. I'll just say defendant 32 is accused of fatally stabbing victim at Cherokee Shores. Da, 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 da. I'm not going to say the place either. Anyway, they go on to talk about admitting the document. It says the letter, according to blank blank sheriff's office, was retrieved from defendant's isolation cell. The letters were allegedly written to, we'll say, Siwa, who had met in a hospital, like she says. She does say that that's where they met. But the letter said, and this was the letter that was, and I think it goes on to say this, and this is the second part of that. Hey, babe, I know how we can get this dismissed. If you could find someone to write this letter playing that they were a close friend of Blank's and they want to be honest about what happened and who really paid him, have them write a letter that he stole about $600 worth of drugs from someone and said if they ever hurt him in any way, that instead of making matters worse with them and risking getting Cade, he would blame it on Blank. I don't believe in someone doing time for something they didn't do. I would have said something sooner, but Blank told me if I had said anything about it, he would K me. So, and I'm going to go ahead and add that I'm only redacted these names, not because it's I'm doxing or anything. This is a document again that's zero cost to anybody that has a search engine. So do not come at me. I'm not doxing. Everybody knows this story. You've said it and threw it down everybody's throats for months. And again, I'm pointing out why I had questions, because these are the documents that are searchable on Google in the first, after you search. The document continues. I object to it being read. And so they go on and it says, where is that part? Anyway, basically this just goes on and there's no reason to really continue saying that. It just says that they didn't want it shown. They found it in a cell. It was torn into pieces. And that was that. I need to find the part. I know I have a separate document that says that this was one of the visits by her. And I know she says that she brought him one time. But then there's also a document and she says that she never brought him to the attorney's office. And this is just the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, I know what you're saying, but I just need you to explain that. Why? Oops. And oh my gosh, I never added it. Oh, well, here, let me do it. Why? I'm just going to have to add it's a Justia document, guys. Like it's on Google. Here, I'll just do it that way. Let me see. No, I don't want to dox her. I didn't want to dox her. Oh my gosh, now it's going to take forever. I thought I was all organized here. But there's another document and then it's appeal document. And let's see, it should be. Is that not it? Okay, I know what this is. So, and then again, this is basically another clip from the same publication that had been covering a lot of this trial. And it just says basically that, talking about Siwa and like she was just saying, putting her as his girlfriend, saying during Croc's examination, he asked the defendant's dad if he knew Siwa. And he said yes, that he met her about 2 times, but she did not help him move. And it looks like, in Siwa's defense, it did look like, I mean, I don't know if she helped him move, but later on in this transcript excerpt, if that's what you want to call it, he says he's asked who helped him move, and basically the man says he couldn't remember his friend's name. They were from down the street that helped him move. So that's kind of suspicious. But the essence of this and the importance of this is, again, she was presented as the the defendant's girlfriend, and she, after the fact, was going over to his parents' house, now to help him move. And this was after those horrible things happened. This was several months later. But after those horrible things happened to her. So I just don't understand. And if that's what the big secret is, like, why? I mean, that's the part I don't understand. And I'm just explaining why I wanted to look into this. Wouldn't you have questions? Sorry, let me catch up with some of the chat. I keep hearing this around the community too, that she admitted one night on her live that his family told her that he had a younger girlfriend. And I think that that's what a lot of people say. And I never heard her say that, but I've had multiple people say that to me. So let me also point out that there's a appeals document, and I just tried to get it on here. I don't know why it didn't. I don't know why this is doing this. It's giving me a hard time. My albums. Oh my gosh. Why isn't it showing up? It should be here. Why isn't it showing up? Okay, I'm just going to read it. And again, you can find this. I will just tell you guys where to find it, just so I can get out of my one of these days, I guess years from now, or maybe a decade, I'll learn how to use this computer. Hashtag goals. Okay. So there is also an appeal document on Justia. All you have to do is search and I'm not going to give it out to anybody because I'm just saying, if you know, and you can search it. But in this appellate document, now this was the appeal she's talking about, that it says, the state, let's see, where are we at? The state told the court that that Siwa's identity had only become known to it in the time immediately prior to their disclosure of her name as a witness. The court implicitly credited this assertion that the state acted in good faith. The court also noted that the appellate's counsel was aware of Siwa and that Siwa had brought appellate to counsel's office on one occasion. Furthermore, the state made significant pretrial disclosure of its witness and evidence. So within this appellate document, under the analysis section, right before the testimony of witness substance, which probably also has some really interesting information in it, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a very profound statement located in this document. And I know you just said you never brought him, to the attorney's office, and but I'm just saying, again, are you pointing out this was like the Keystone Cops of a murder trial going on over here, that that they just completely wrecked? And if this is the case, like, and that this is just complete and utter lies, then, honestly, no matter how you want to chop it, and I'm not even being snarky or an asshole, like, I didn't even realize all this until she just went live a minute ago. And if this is the case, like, honestly, justice was not served. And I'm not advocating that anything be done and let's, call Kim Kardashian to get him out of prison or anything like that. I'm just saying that this is what I had questions about. And instead of, like, you put it out there, instead of clearing it up, Yeah, and for your information, quit bringing my friends' names into stuff to try to sauce it up and try to stir some shit up. Like, I'm not as reactive. Well, Terry Lynn will tell you I am, but I'm not as reactive as you think to certain things. So knock it off. I'm reactive to you, Siwa, because you lie so bad. I've never met anybody lie so much in their life, ever. I've never met somebody do things and then be shocked when people do them back to them. Instead of being like, meh, meh, I deserve it. It's, can you believe? Yeah, can you believe? Look what you did the other night. It just went through every post that you could. Oh, look at this one, guys. Oh, guys. Meanwhile, you're over there pretending to be 29, a year ago and lying through your teeth since you've entered the freaking put your landed your broom on the pavement of this community. You've been lying to everybody about everything. Sitting there saying, I didn't want to be doxxed, showing your face. Again, there's other things I want to hear about. Siwa, I want to hear about the Elvis family, Presley fan club. I want to hear about this job that you had last fall, working with CSI crime units, serving as their psychic. Yeah, I mean, I think I've brought that up. Thank you so much for jogging my memory. 3-hour drive, to be exact. And this is why she gets so up in arms about it, because she knows I've paid attention. I'm not trying to victim shame or blame or do anything like that. I literally am just trying to show you why I say the things that I do. I don't understand people that will just sit there and try to preach a sermon about their innocence instead of grabbing things. And I mean, listen, this is the court of public opinion. And unfortunately, people that aren't on YouTube and people that don't go on public platforms the court of public opinion really doesn't apply to them, because who gives a fuck what people think, right? Unless you're trying to make people think otherwise. And that's the situation you're in. So in this circumstance, the court of public opinion is very important for you, Siwa, and anybody else that's on YouTube. Like I said, any normal person not getting on a platform would be like, who gives a fuck what the neighbors think, right? But you are sitting there insisting that I'm a liar instead of just getting what you need to do to prove I'm a liar. Prove that I'm lying. I'll shut up. I'll owe you an apology, a public one, maybe. Or we can just call it even. Yes, Amy Lou, you didn't hear? You didn't hear? She was getting, and can I also edit to add that, are you at a full 10? Is your volume set at 10 and is it broken? Everything you do, every single thing you do, you're screaming. Everything. You can talk at a normal tone. Yes. I'll play the video for those of you that were new to this. I'll play it. The 29 video will go down in history as one of the funniest fucking lies I've ever caught Siwa in. And what's even funnier is trying to listen to her justification for lying about saying she was 29 when clearly she just wanted people to think she was younger than she is, hence the dim lighting. And I don't want to play the whole thing because I don't want her to strike me through her likeness. Where's it at? Oh, duh. I can just play it from my Instagram. Why am I so derp? Derp, 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 derp. Okay.
Because the cops don't always handle cases or defend people. They don't always do it. Well, if the crime hasn't happened, it's kind of hard to call them there when it's, like they say, when the crime occurs, we'll beat this.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, I was trying to pause it to say, well, doesn't that go without speaking that? Where's the pause button on this? How do I make it stop with?
Because the cops don't always handle cases or
defend
people. They don't always do it. Well, if the crime hasn't happened, it's kind of hard to call them there when it's always do it. Well, if the crime hasn't happened, it's kind of hard to call them there when it's like they say,
doesn't that go with
handle cases.
doesn't that go without saying, Siwa?
Yeah. Because the cops don't always handle cases or defend people. They don't always do it. Well, if the crime hasn't happened, it's kind of hard to call them there when it's, like they say, when the crime occurs.
I'm just wondering, in what instance do the cops call the psychics before the crime happens?
Situation where people were threatening, and I would call them while these people are beating on my door and stuff, and the cops were like, "Oh, well, we missed it, so we can't press charges." Dude, how am I supposed to call you here to like prepare you for what they were about to do? So that's when magic came into play.
So that's when magic came into play. Yeah. So,
no, I agree. And okay, so Jen's posting pictures of stage. Jen, go ahead and like that stage, but you'll probably be the one passing out.
Ooh,
You're the
but today she's reaching out to HDJ to talk to Home Depot Jen.
Being a witch mean? Can you please explain? Well, it depends what path you take. Like, I'm Native American, so I learned it through my ancestors. You could, like most people believe, if you're a witch, you can't do harm to others because there's a thing called rule of three. Now, rule of three is whatever you do to someone, it comes back to you threefold if you're a witch. That's only true if you're wicked. I am not wicked. I practice hoodoo.
Listen to this.
I stand on my own. Listen. I'm not with the coven because I don't need the coven.
Because I don't need the coven. She's a little
like
bratty witch.
And people want to laugh at the power that Native Americans have. Look how many people were chased out of their homes because they built their land on holy ground that belongs to my ancestors. Yeah. They tried everything they can to get rid of the evil in that house. You won't be able to. If you disrespect Native Americans, we have so many options to take care of it. And I don't mean that as a threat. And as far as Lita and them,
oh, it's not hers, Ann.
I had no issue with any of them, and I was never involved until Lita wanted to start coaching me. So and that was it for me.
And I will also say, I think I figured this out before I even knew who she was and who knew. I've always wondered where the hell she come from. Evidently, she said in one of her lives recently that she was on the team. She was on the team of people doing bad things to, I guess, Lita and Phil. And of course, leave it to her. It sounds like she was the one that took it too far. And that's why she got the brunt of everything. And that's why I was like, why is she talking about, like, I promise I don't know why I have this recorded. And it wasn't because she was on my radar. In fact, I think this was the night she and I had a good conversation about Catholicism and stuff like that. And I think I was probably just trying to see. I was probably recording her because I was like, this bitch is full of shit. And I had no idea or no dog in the fight at the time, to be honest. So anyway, carry on. Cheerio.
Is there? No, yeah, there's plenty of photos of me on there. What it is Lita was on my page before she followed Jen's rules. Take as many screenshots as you want before you start posting their pictures and then block them. So that's what they did because everything's blocked. And Lita, all their accounts are all blocked. Yeah. No, I'm not Canadian. I'm from Texas, if you can't hear the accent.
I don't want to be doxxed. Remember that. Showing her face.
Pants. I've actually had celebrity clients even. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Pants, do you follow me?
She's just wanting her to take the lead. She wants to take the bait.
It says, look at Susie's live.
She's look, and it was me disrupting the interview in the chat, which is hilarious. Who's Susie?
She even posted about
it's not your celebrity client you wanted her to talk to you about.
Everybody. She spends all her time. And it's sad because multiple screenshots. Oh yeah, they're here. I know they're here. That's okay. And then these accounts that they're making of me. Okay, guess I have psychic abilities. I know exactly who's making those accounts to me.
Exactly.
And it's not very wise to do that.
It's not very wise.
And that's the only warning you're going to get.
Ooh, she's so scary.
I mean, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to know anything about you if I need to do something to you. All I need to know is your account name.
Your screen name. I'm going to do a screen name spell. Everybody lock your screen names down. I'm going to do a screen name spell and y'all are all fucked.
How old are you? 29.
29.
Did you?
29. I'm 29. I'm 29. I'm showing my face, and I live in Texas. Whoop whoop. I'm 29, and I don't want nobody to dox me, so I'm gonna say I'm 29. Duh, bruh, duh. That's why I said I was 29. I know what I'm gonna do if I'm trying not to be looked like as a liar. I'm gonna lie to cover up a lie for saying that I was 29 when I was 37. Don't pay who what, girl.
Did you always live in Texas?
29.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, I lived in Baltimore.
Don't want to be doxxed
for a little bit, but
don't want to be doxxed.
The remainder, pretty much, yeah, Texas. Yeah. So, did your mom and dad do the same thing too? With like doing witch stuff? My grandmother is the main one that taught it.
Not the Elvis Presley fan club grandmother, not to be confused. This is the medicine grandmother. Yeah. This is one of the members of the Siwa family village people.
Screenshot with so many people, and Lita is not even clever in ruining people's pictures. She just keeps drawing dick pics on people. Like, be clever at least. Come up with some new stuff. You know, it's getting out of hand for sure. And the whole drug thing, like, I want everybody, if y'all really want to know, John's on meth.
Here she is.
What you should do
White knighting.
Look up the intervention show. Look up people that are on meth, and then compare it to John, and you will see that is so much crap.
So much crap. And I've reached out to the, like I said, I was going to do, and reached out to the owner of that live stream, because I would love to hear the before and afterings of that. But there she is once again. She likes to indict people, why not? No pun intended. Indict people for doing things based on whether she likes them or not. And as you can see, she's doing this right now to John. Totally his friend. He likes her. He will have her. So therefore, she will tell the truth. The minute you get displease the queen of YouTube, you're going to get lied on, and you're going to get burned at the stake, and you're going to get, totally admonished publicly for shit that she tolerated the whole time, and things that she knew were true the whole time, and and then presented as fiction. And this is a sad thing, and this is what's pissing everybody off so bad, Siwa. So as you sit over there and say, I've never done this to her, and she wants to just go victimize. No, I'm not. I'm telling everybody, including your followers, and because I can't tell you how many of your old followers didn't understand where I was coming from. And the second I showed them this, they were like, oh, yeah, I wasn't just going on a hunch here. I'm just wondering what the discrepancies are, and why are we getting this behavior from her? And she's so freaked out, and she's so upset and beside herself when anybody talks about doing this. And I didn't even do it. I didn't get the friggin' documents. I'm not that committed right now. But after you're saying you perjured yourself in this murder case, colluding along with the district attorney, that was probably not a wise thing to say. I'm going to go ahead and tell you straight up. Like, no bullshit. Like, I don't know what you're going to do about that. Because I don't know about if you understand how large the can of worms that you just opened is after saying something like that. 29 bottles of beer on the wall, 29 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass them around, and 29 bottles of beer on the wall. Yeah, it's going to be 29 bottles of beer forever. The bottles of beer just stay there, and you just recycle them, and it's always 29 bottles. It never ends. Sir. Okay, I think we can kind of stop there. Next, I think the next stop on the train of fuckery will be Amzi. How the fuck dare you, girl? What was that shit that I heard the other night? Did you really get on here and threaten people? My friends, and threaten people? I mean, what are you thinking? That is really foul. And I don't know I don't know if these people are drinking out of the same water buckets, or what the fuck's going on with all of you people thinking that you're going to get away with shit like this. bus. I mean, if it's not Siwa lying to get things, lying to passively panhandle, lying to get sympathy, to garner sympathy, to further exploit and exaggerate situations, then you've got Amzi over there threatening people's lives, threatening to R them with actual foreign objects. I mean, you literally sounded like you needed to be put in a hospital the other night. Like, that was not normal. That was the worst I've ever seen in my life. Not just of you, but of probably anybody since I've been doing this, like, YouTube thing and people not liking each other and whatnot. That was fucking the worst thing I've ever seen. Seriously. I mean, it wasn't enough to say it once, like Terry Lynn said. You said it once, I mean, how many times? And then you want to bring Heidi into it. You want to bring all these people into it. Like, what is your problem? Is it where you just get, where you feeling, where you feeling neglected? Not nobody's, you haven't been talking about anybody. You've been doing your true crime thing. And then all of a sudden, what triggered you? Amanda, quit talking shit on your fucking diary. Shut the fuck up. I don't know what pinata text message that this person's talking about that Siwa said that I sent to you, but just quit telling lies about me. I didn't send you shit. I don't even know what the fuck pinata text is. So either you or Siwa's over there fucking lying, and I don't know. It's hard. It's going to be hard to decipher which one it is because, I mean, I have to strongly say it's probably both of you. Blame it on Brooke. Blame it on Brooke. Everything you blame on me, and none of it's fucking true. It's so weird. Where, who is your fact checker? Stop saying foul ass shit about people. Y'all are gonna get y'all's asses in trouble. Quit calling people's jobs. Quit FOI or having in your, like, is that extortion? I mean, what is that called when somebody's threatening you if you don't, is it blackmail or extortion? If you don't conform to what they want you to do, and what they want you to do is be quiet and hold together to yourself the discretions that you have about the discrepancies in her stories. And if I didn't shut up and leave her alone, she was going to play for everybody on YouTube the 911 call that was in her possession. Like, that's not legal. You cannot do that. You cannot threaten to play something I don't want played to get me to do something you want me to do. Blackmail. So I'm sure since it's, according to you, interstate, then that would be federal. A federal charge that you can get for blackmailing me over YouTube. And I have the proof of it. Back on AMZ, how dare you talk about an innocent child? I forgot to mention, or haven't gotten there yet. Sorry, haven't mentioned yet. What the fuck is wrong with you? You sure don't like it when people talk about your children. For you to call my friend a piece of shit mother, and to call any mother or woman a bad mom or a piece of shit mom, especially when you know it's not true, is so fucked up. It's so fucked up. You need a serious evaluation. If you think you can get online and treat people like this and expect anybody to want to ever have anything to do with you again, like, that's some foul ass shit. And honestly, I was on the phone. Well, I don't even know if I can say this, so I better not. You're going to get your ass in some trouble. You can't threaten people like that, girl. And see what, you can't blackmail people. Birds of a fucking feather, huh? And yet, Miss Queen of, the moral high ground, the epicenter of morality, Siwa Moon's channel, is going to sit there and basically write it off. Write it off. Write off what she said. Like, it's, oh, Amzi's in here. Hey, girl. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Oh, really? I did not know about this. I didn't know about this. Hey, Sarah, how are you? Yeah, there's no 3-hour rule. Like, you can't sit there and threaten somebody to be brutally ard and brutally immed, and that you're, I mean, to all the threats that you made to Lily. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Maria. Yeah, and to call Heidi the N word again. You said it again. You doubled down again. What do you think this is doing for you? This is not going to end well. I was just made aware that Amanda, that doesn't stop. Amanda is supposedly in a mental health facility, which I hope she is. I truly do. That's not said with any sarcasm or anything. I truly, 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 with all of my heart, hope she is because she needs to be. Just made aware that Amanda and her buddies are contacting Nick's partner, and Nick D's son's father had to get involved to stop the sick shit. And again, if Amanda, you're being blamed for something else, it's not you, then I highly suggest you tell the people that are doing it to stop, because everything that's going to be done from here on out in terms of trying to weasel your way into Dee's tragedy to get information or whatever it is you're trying to do, I would highly suggest you tell anybody or to pass it on. Or maybe you are doing this and you're the one, I mean, you're the one doing this and you're listening right now. I would highly suggest, if you guys don't want everything to be blamed on Amanda D, do you have proof that it was her, or what's the deal with that? Or is it another Google text number? But either way, there's only one group of people with the motive to do the shit, and a lot of them have been exposed. So, sorry, I'm going back through it. I heard she's actually not on probation, from what I understand. That evidently that's just something she tells people. Hey, Savannah, what's on the community tab? Whose? Oh, Amanda's? Hold on. Okay, it says, "Thank you, Yates, for finally apologizing for accusing me of doing something dangerous and awful like D. I don't call police to F people over. I really appreciate that one by one people are having to see that I am innocent of all these bullshit allegations. And I hope you all fucking feel stupid too. I hope Sandy is keeping tally on how I've been vindicated again and again. I hope y'all see D is obsessed with hating me, and y'all just went along with it because she's in mourning, so desperate for me to be guilty of something that she just accuses me of everything and is desperately hoping that something sticks. But if I didn't do any of this shit to you, oh wait, but I didn't do any of this shit to you, and it's not my fault you're grieving either. Need to point that grief in at the real cause and stop acting like a fool. Y'all sending me those texts telling me to K myself. I'm lucky I'm somewhere I got help. I got help coping with all of that. You're the damn devil. TL, y'all did a whole night's live on calling me a cop caller with your whole chat. Guess what? Y'all are the proven liars, huh? Every one of you. Fuck you all. Okay. Here's another one. This is probably the one she's talking about. Sorry. You psychos are fucking obsessed with me. You are all bullying me, not the other way around. I'm not the reason your son is gone. Why don't you try pointing that anger where it should be instead of me? Maybe there's a reason that Dixie won't speak to you, but you, she puts it all, but is happy to talk to others. Oh, there you go. How about that? That's fucking insane. Your manner of grieving is bullying with hopes of suicide. That's disgusting. Misery needs company. Is that it? My parents never behaved the way you all do when your child passed. Go get help. You need it. Leave me and my fucking family alone. You're so wrong about everything you accuse me of. If Dee doesn't have actual evidence proving what she's saying, know that she's lying, okay? Normal people don't hammer down hoping they can get someone K'd as a way to manage their grief. You're fucking crazy and need help. Even my doctor thinks so. Leave me alone, you evil bitches. Is what that said. So, Amanda, again, you all are the same. Y'all neither, all three of you that we were talking about so far, don't know when to fucking stop, do you? All three of you are going to get I mean, it doesn't change the fact of how you acted. It doesn't change the fact because what we all do have proof of is the way you acted. Whenever you weren't included, or you felt like you weren't first, or you weren't a priority, and that you felt like Terry Lynn was coming in and taking your friend from you, you literally acted. Doesn't matter what else that you'd say you didn't do. You still acted like a teenager fighting over your friend when Dee's son had died. You still sent messages from your son saying that they were your son and they weren't. You still did all these things to guilt her during a time of grief. So I don't really care what anybody else accuses you of. The things I know you've done are enough for me. Fooling a whole community about everything that you say. Did I mention another problematic YouTuber, Jolene? What the fuck is your problem? You want to sit on a panel and you want to dog out people that are my friends, that people that have done nothing to you. You really want to sit there and call yourself a feminist. You want to call yourself a supporter of women. You want to call yourself all of these things, but you want to sit there with the same tongue and say, shame people about their weight or shame Julie about her looks when I'm sorry. Uh, Julie, can you bottle some of that gorgeous skin and send it over, please? Seriously, filterless and no makeup. You want to sit there and make fun of a woman that's 10 years older than you and looks younger. I see where the jealousy is. You want to sit there and talk poorly and say, I mean, I'm not, if you want to be petty, I'll also correct you. I mean, you want to say that my hair extensions are cheap just because it's a cheap, easy, like I thought you were a comedian. Can't you do better? Like, what an easy thing to say. Would you steal that from Siwa? Oh, you didn't put much originality into that. But no, to be fair, if you'll just Google Bellamy Hair Extensions, that's the company I use. If we're going to talk and we're going to talk shit, we're going to need to talk shit with factual things, right? It's not very funny if you're just up there lying about people. And I thought comedy was supposed to be a spin on the truth, right? Well, anyway, you're wrong about that. And I don't know what your big problem is with deer head being hung on my wall. We live in the South. It's kind of a cultural thing to do around here. It's kind of odd when you walk into a family's home in the South and they don't have things, their hunts on their walls. I'm sorry that offended you. And anything else that you have to say about me or to me, just because you're mad about some tree bullshit and you're mad because another channel's calling you out and you're mad because your whole MO is not to be a comedian, put a funny little jive on things and da. No, your MO from the jump has been to bully people under the guise of comedy. Period. And I mean, if you're going to be up there on your high horse, at least take, accountability for the shit you have done. You have instigated everything that you make fun of everybody for. You're going to make fun of everybody for having a reaction on shit that you do and your friend. You made fun of Cooch. You made fun of Teresa. When's it gonna stop? You're gonna sit there and talk about people bullying and hating when you're sitting there as you're bullying and hating. Make it make sense. Yeah, it is. What are you pulling over? Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, I thought so. I mean, I've got hair. It's not like I'm bald. I just prefer to have, I mean, I just prefer it. It's something that, I mean, I think that if I'm just a big a supporter of, if you don't like something about yourself, to just, I mean, and I would prefer to have more hair, longer hair that grew faster. And I mean, fuck, I don't care what, I mean, that's everybody that wants to sit there and roast me. That's the first thing y'all say is, she's got hair extensions. Well, so the fuck what? I could easily just reverse that and make fun of you for not fucking having them. So there's that. Especially if you could use some. Lace the shoe up if it fits. You know what I mean? But seriously, I'm not fucking hurting anybody with my hair extensions. Why y'all gotta point them out? All the bullshit needs to stop. Siwa, you want to sit there and say what a shitty people are in this community and what a shitty person I am for not and glorify the fact that you were driving Amanda and so to the edge. What y'all are doing? Y'all are shitty. What? And you saw the shape John was in, and then you went on and relished about it. You were streaming all night. And you go all day long. You love it. You're not a helper. You're not a person, a humanitarian. You're fucking evil. I don't do things for good for anybody. Just because I'm a nurse and I've got critical thinking skills and I'm able to point out a pile of bullshit from a mile away, as in terms of people that are lying, I'm sorry. And that's why you hate me. You would prefer it and probably like me a lot more if I was like sunshinery and everything you said was, yep, sure did. Absolutely. 100%. She's correct. Those are the only people that you like. You only like people you can manipulate. And I'm sorry, I'm not your girl. Who wasted money for what? Hi, MG. Oh, let me make you a mod. Hi, MG. Oh, let me make you. Okay. So, oh, is she gonna snap back? Good. Maybe then she can clear up all this stuff. All I want to know is why. Did you either you perjured yourself or you lied to your subs? Either way, I'm just not sure you're gonna get out of this. Seriously, I'm like, all jokes aside, like, I don't think you understand the gravity of what you just said on your live. Somebody tell me. I mean, exactly. Oh no, Terry Lynn, what are you doing? I gotta see what she's saying. It's called, I'm fed up with this. I already explained it once. Last time, pay attention. No, unless you're right, you did explain it once. So why are you coming back on to say some more? Again, are you going to sit here and explain why you're presented as, even in an appeals document, even years later, even that you are bringing this man and his family, helping his family move after this horrible shit that you said happened to you. In fact, it's so horrible that there's no way. Like, I don't, again, is this Keystone Cops, like hospital, Keystone Cops police station? Like, what's going on where this took place? That nobody took this serious. Your description of things sound like it is a fucking seriously serial or a killer thriller um shit, like horror movie. And you're gonna tell me that everybody just brushed it over, everybody just shrugged their shoulders, everybody just did, "Okay, whatever you say, Siwa," even though it's a state, like, it's Texas don't play. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. There are people sitting in prison with 700-year sentences in the state of Texas. Why? It's a point of justice. So if you really haven't done anything about this, I urge you, if you're saying it's not too late, do it. Do it for yourself. I'm sure it'll make you feel a lot better. Maybe you won't have to talk about it so much to strangers that didn't know anything about it. No, no problem, MG. Well, and sleep with one eye open, Siwa. Like, you keep pushing the button and you keep coming on and you keep trying to lie on me. The bottom line is what you should basically do at this point is just say, you know what? I lied. We know you lied. Everybody knows you've lied. And you keep lying by saying you haven't lied. You've been caught. And if the DA knowingly presented you as a different person than you were, then again, that sounds like perjury. It was like a big Yahtzee at the end where in the punishment phase, you got to disclose who you were after being presented as the girlfriend the whole trial. That doesn't make sense. I don't care. And you know what? I bet you there are a bunch of your followers that are smart people that are agreeing and probably will never tell you. And they're probably sitting over there like, what the fuck? Because it does not make sense. Hypocrisy all over the place, Julie. Hypocrisy in every last corner, every last channel of these people that I'm discussing. Hypocrisy everywhere. I'm sure I could be a hypocrite too. I'm not saying, but I mean, at least I try to be very, very cognizant of things and the truth and owning things and taking accountability. Like, I'm not perfect and I'm never going to say I am, but Jesus, I at least tried to do the right thing, except for when it comes to people that like to smear my name and lie about my friends and continue to keep drama going so that she gets clicks and views and ultimately money. Super chats, PayPal's, diversified funds because she doesn't want to make too much on one app because she's scared she's going to get taxed on it. Siwa, I am going to go crazy if you keep sitting there touting that things that you've said in prior streams or videos that you're saying things months ago and saying that you never said them and that it's not true today. You literally told more than one occasion. You literally told your whole, and I want a response in the chat. I'm only gonna do this 30-second countdown because I need to go to the restroom really quick. So, but can I get a comment in the chat on how many times am I going crazy? Has anybody heard her say before she was on disability? I know I distinctly heard her talking about her money situation several months ago. It might have been when she just got monetized. I can't remember exactly. But please in the chat, let me know if y'all for a fact, because I know for a fact I've heard her say she's on disability. Why are we talking about this and why does it matter? It only because I just can't believe. I just feel so sorry for the people that are paying money to be told lies. So give me y'all 30 seconds. Please let me know if y'all have heard that before or if I'm going crazy or maybe both. Hold on. Okay, where were we? Sorry about that. Okay, let me see what the chat said. What's the verdict? She said it several times. Thank you, Anastasia. She said it 2,900 times. Jolene attacked me and encouraged everyone to go to the Reddit hate page every time they post about me. I'm going to post it now. Go ahead. Yes. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, Julie. Seriously. Why you got to lie, Craig? Why you got to lie? Yeah, I mean, that's what she said. I thought she had actually said before that she was disabled because of her seizures and that she was on disability because of her seizures. And then all of a sudden, now that you're scared that somebody, I mean, like, I've never met more of a scared bitch in my life. You're not a witch. A witch wouldn't hear somebody say they're going to give your phone number out to find out where you are and then go change it. Like, listen, I'm going to have proof that there's like a Russian spy that has my phone number for me to change it ever. It's not that big of a deal. Who cares if somebody has your phone number? Big deal. But you're so scared. And everything that you're so terrified about people finding out is that you lied. You're scared that somebody's gonna be able to, you thought John hacked your phone the other fucking day. And if you think that John hacked your phone, then you're obviously gonna think that somebody that has your phone number can find out where you are, which is probably exactly where you've been the whole time. Everything bottoms down to this. You don't want to get caught for lying. And you know it. This would be so much easier if you just say, you're right. I did. And maybe not about everything. I might be wrong about some stuff, but I have a high, big suspicion that there's no reason. I mean, there's people that you're friends with now and that you're cool with that said way fucking worse about you than I ever have. Way worse. You're friends with Amanda. Look at all that nasty shit she said. Yeah, but I mean, scary. Saying you're gonna have to move again. Like the only reason you moved to begin with is because Terry Time took a picture in front of your resort. It spooked you right out. But here's a fun fact, everybody. She's in the same house that she was when she got that spell, the same two-toned room with the same brown hutch with all of her witch supplies. He put it as a new shirt up. What? Oh Lord. Mr. Deed's attention. Let's post it again. Uh-oh. Oh God. Yes. I have I mean, Yahoo's not going to stop until he terrorizes this whole community. His goal right now is to cause like a world, like YouTube world war. His goal right now is to make everybody hate everybody, to incriminate everybody, and to cause such chaos that it's impending doom amongst everybody that has made friendships and amends and all of these things. That is his whole point. So if anybody's wondering what his end game is, that's exactly why I compared him to Thanos. He thinks he's literally fixing to just cause fucking mass destruction and take anybody as a victim. I was short. Cooch, you might want to go look at that. I'm not playing it. Yes, he is he is like King Troll. He really is. But no, Siwa, I'm not going to read your documents. But I mean, you really are striking my interest. I'm beginning to need to know more so than when I sent in that text that I wanted your testimony. I kind of do. You're acting like this shit is something got some kind of golden ticket Willy Wonka chocolate factory shit hidden in the middle of it, and I want to know what it is. And it's nothing. You've already told every gory detail about what happened over and over and over and over again, and unsolicited, I might add. Nobody asked for this. Nobody asked for it. And just like I expect anybody to pick apart and fact check things that I say, in fact, I encourage you guys to always fact check and double check and check your own resources for things that I say, because it'd come to me if I'm not correct. Because the last thing I would ever try to do was steer any of you guys wrong, tell you guys baseless lies. These are the things that I know that are true. And what I showed you guys tonight, again, the appeal document, and I think the appeal document said something else in it, but I don't really feel like reading it all because I'm going to hear about how traumatizing it was. But the bottom line is that you don't explain these things, Siwa. You don't explain yourself. You spend more time saying everybody else is a liar than you do explaining yourself or proving yourself. And your explanations that you say, they don't add up. They change. And it might be little incremental changes here and there, but they're changes nonetheless. Oh, I don't think it's true, but I don't want him to strike me either. I guess it's not his, but I don't know how that works. You know him, he's tricky. All of this for him is bait. All of this is baiting. And yes, she has told every disgusting detail, and that is why I don't. There's can't be any. And if I can't imagine what's in there, and I think either the big secret is that you were his girlfriend, and you don't want people to know that because you've denied it so much. And document after document, and you're referred to as such, and then you go on tonight to say the DA lied during the trial. That is gonna get that is gonna really cause some major shit to go down. You realize that, right? That statement right there. You just said you perjured yourself during a murder trial. You swore on oath that you were telling the truth, nothing but the whole truth, so help you God. And you just admitted to lying. Do you want I can play it. Do you want me to play it? You've always said it was not you. It's okay, breezy girl. I'm just glad you saw the light, girl. It's not Cooch. Okay. She says she has a channel. Please you can put your channel in the chat, Cooch, if you'd like. This is what he's got. What is this? He just put another one 4 minutes ago. Hold on. I don't get his newest video, whatever. Okay.
Hello, your son's extended warranty has expired. He has most recently or forever has been a douchebag and needs serious help. I hope and pray to God that your daycare center gets closed down because you guys are evil and need serious help. If you'd like, you can call us back at 830-555. Your son's a piece of shit. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Nope, does not sound like her. And I think I did have that posted on my other page before it got taken down, just because I was given that and told that that's who it was. And I didn't even know Cooch. So I probably need to say I'm sorry for that. But no, it does not. Now that I know Cooch and I've actually spoken to her at length a lot, does not sound anything like her. God, he is such a shit starter. I mean, it doesn't even sound like her. Let's see, when's the little witchy poo going live to defend herself against this bullshit? Because it's really going to be hard to do. And if you want to keep going, oh, she is already live. Ooh, shy baby. Okay, I'm going to pay attention, Siwa, but I'm going to urge you to please keep it. Don't take it down now. In fact, I want to urge you to unprivate all of your videos and put them all up. If you've got nothing to hide, unprivate all of your videos. Put everything up you've ever said so that we can go through everything and compare and see that maybe that we're just mishearing things collectively as a group, and that we're all wrong about what we've heard you say in the past. Can you unprivate everything, put everything back up? If Be an open book. Open book. Show us what you got. Put it all out there. Don't hide behind your private button. Don't sit there and read people's old shit if you don't want people reading your old shit. Do unto others as you want done to you. Siwa. Because I'm not going to stop. You want to keep fucking going? You want to, just because I soiled your plans on playing that 911 call, but you claim that you've never messed with me, made fun of me, blackmailed, whatever. You're a whole ass piece of fucking shit. And I will not stop until people understand it, because the poor people that are giving you their money, they have got to understand that they are being taken by a scammer. Leave Julie alone. Oh my gosh. Every time I swipe too much, I swipe myself out. Yeah, exactly. And I could support anybody I want. Let me hear what this dumbass is saying. One second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so if the appeals documents are incorrect and they're not right, then again, you are making a mockery of that entire courthouse. I want you to understand that. The judge in that county and the district attorney's office needs to be notified immediately, because you're going to sit here and tell me that there's a man sitting in jail for life. And I'm not saying he did or did not commit the crime. I have no idea. I wasn't there. I wasn't a witness and I wasn't a juror. So I have no clues what the ins and outs of this. But you're going to sit here and tell me that the DA lied and the prosecution lied to the jury and to the judge and to the defense team. And you lied under oath saying you were his girlfriend. You perjured yourself and obstructed justice. And you're going to sit here and do this shit and say everybody got it wrong. Everybody got it wrong. And everybody's just supposed to believe you. Well, then people need to be called. I'm sorry. Unreal. Okay, now she's over there saying she didn't hold the parents accountable for what he did to her. Does she not remember? Does she not? I mean, because I do, like it was yesterday. Does she not remember I'm probably gonna have to go in there with my earbuds and do something. Does she not remember the horrible fucking story that she told all of us? It was, and if that story has any truth to it, that was an awful freaking story, y'all. But then you're gonna just be able to, oh well, his parents didn't do anything to me. I'm gonna go over there and help him. Listen, I'm tell you what, I'm gonna listen to this, that her rebuttal, and I'll probably be back. Okay. Thank y'all so much for being here. I'm sorry I've got to end so abruptly. I didn't realize I had lost so much track of time. Oh, is she suing me? Bring it on, big girl. Bring it on, big girl. I'm gonna countersue you. Okay. I've got proof of so much targeted bullying and harassment from you. You go in real life, you trying to make me lose my job, trying to blackmail me, trying everything that you've done, sister. If you think for one moment that me just simply trying to point out to everybody and to make people understand why I've not believed you, it has nothing to do with you as a person. It has everything to do with the embellishments, the stories changing, and the documentation that's on the internet. That's all. I think it's only fair to tell my side. You get to sit up there and scream your side every fucking day. 29,000 lies and counting. Yes. Okay, y'all. Let's go over here and make sure you put yourself on incognito so she does not get the click or the view. And go over there and let's watch the lies unfold some more. And I'll come back to bust those all up as well. You'll have a great evening.